Hello and welcome to Okay, so this is a special episode where I leave the comforts of my sofa and head out over to the Big Smoke and meet some of the cast of the Danish fantasy drama Heartless. It's an 8-part series that can be viewed on All 4 as part of Water Presents, a collection of fantastic foreign language shows, all free to view online. It stars Sebastian Jessen and Julie Zangenberg as Sebastian and Sophie, a brother and sister who are orphaned at a very young age, and both have an unusual thirst that requires them to suck the life out of others. Needing to know who they are and what became of their mother, they end up at her old boarding school, which has its own murky history. It is a mixed school, so the usual hard knocks, hormones and heartbreaks are ever present, especially when Sophie is introduced to Emily, who is developing her own telekinetic abilities and is played by the very lovely Julie Christiansen. I was very lucky enough to get to chat to Julie at Channel 4 headquarters. Julie, thank you very much for giving me some time to talk about Heartless, the new show that's on All 4 at the moment. Why do you think Danish drama is so popular over in the UK? What?
I don't know. I would love to know.
I think for me part of it is a lot of TV is a bit more lazy now. So people can like multi-screen and everything like that. But I think for us, we now have to read it because my language skills are a bit minimal. So I think it helps to actually read and you're far more focused on what's going on in the story.
But, sure. I can't relate to that. I've been reading my whole life.
Oh yes, this is it.
Not that much is made in Danish. So.
Yeah, but it's not just down to just very good-looking people and talented writers. Because I think that's another thing that I think it's been, especially with Heartless. You're very pretty people, just doing major things. But how do you prepare for a show where you're throwing people and things across the sceneries and getting being attacked by soul-sucking demons and stuff?
I think it's hard to prepare for, actually. The other guy asked me that as well, but I think it's just with this show, I don't think I've prepared so much. I've just kind of like went with it. Yeah. And I'm doing a big part now in Denmark that's from a book. So I've obviously read the book, made a lot of little notes to myself, and every time she's described, I'm like, how is she described? But in this thing, I think I just kind of I worked my way into it more.
Yeah. So how did it feel going back to school after a couple of years away?
It's so nice. It's so nice, and obviously because it's with a lot of my friends, good colleagues, and we lived there a lot of the time.
Okay.
So
nice, relaxed kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, it was so nice. I was scared because they had ghosts in that place.
Well, you don't need that.
No, we don't need that. So I was so scared. I went to sleep in Julie, Sophie. I went to sleep in her bed because I was so scared at night. So I was like, Julie, can I sleep in your bed? I'm afraid of ghosts.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that you're making a fantasy show as well, where there's things that go bump in the night.
And actual ghosts in this too.
Oh, wow.
My goodness. So it was scary but nice.
So was that your favourite moment from working on the show, or have you got any other kind of moments that you thought, oh, that was really cool?
I was thrilled when I found out that I was going on a date with Peter. Because I mean, Ellen, who's playing Peter, we've been friends since we were kids. We were like in the Danish West End Broadway. I don't know what you call it, but the thing that's like that in Denmark. We were in big professional place when we were small.
Oh, like the RSC sort of thing. Yeah. Okay, wow.
So we've known each other forever, and it was just, we had so much fun.
Yeah.
Even though it was cold as. It was so
cold
funny.
As hell.
Yes, it was so cold, and I could just see it in my, my face in the scenes, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I think he was probably the scariest character in the whole series.
Right.
You know? It was like, I know, it's like, why would you sit in the car with him? He's crazy.
I know. Why?
But if you know him from childhood, it must make things a bit easier for you. That kind of, there's a
it was harder because it was hard not to laugh all the time at him. But it was funny.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, no, I was going, don't get in the car with him. No, what are you doing?
Yeah. And like when I say, oh, you're so funny, he's like, thank you. Like just psychopath. Like
I thought of all the beasts and everything. I thought he was the real evil one.
I agree.
What themes do you think are sort of at the core of the show? Because there must be more to it than just the soul-sucking demons and stuff,
Sure. Well, I'm particularly proud of the fact that I play a lesbian, and that's such a big thing because it comes out so like a natural love story that's just between two girls and not a guy and a girl, and I'm a fan of that, and I've met so many young girls that have come up to me and be like, oh, I could see myself in this, and that means a lot to me.
Yeah, especially as your two characters don't make a big deal of it.
Right.
I mean, I almost felt it was almost like a Romeo and Juliet type.
Yeah.
Where you're on both sides of the battle, as it were.
Exactly.
Yeah. No,
I've been having the same thoughts.
Yeah. No, it was an absolutely lovely part of the whole show because it felt real.
Yeah.
You had the highs and lows of the relationship, and it was you guys were fabulous in it.
Thank you.
I mean, the whole idea of love is almost like kind of a destructive force or a finite force.
Yeah.
That was, I found that quite interesting.
Right.
And secrets and lies and murder and betrayal. I mean, are these normal for a Danish boarding school, or is this?
I think so. I'm afraid to say it because I don't want to say anything bad, but I think that a lot of kids in boarding schools are kids of very rich parents that are nowhere around them when they're growing up, and I think that can lead to some problems, like the ones that the people in this show have.
Yeah, so. Just a little bit less demonic.
Right.
So this show was made 2 years ago or so. Was that right?
Yeah, I think the last episode we shot a year ago, and then the first 2 years ago.
Okay, so there was a second series.
Yeah.
Yes, awesome.
More episode, you mean?
Of Heartless, yeah.
I don't know yet.
Oh, you don't know yet? Oh,
yet.
no. 8 episodes is not enough.
No, I agree. I really want to know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So
I met the writer the other day, and I'm like, what's going on? But he wouldn't tell me.
So what's next for you? More TV or?
Yeah. I just landed a very big part in Denmark. I can't say the name of the production yet, but it's like a period piece from 1901 or something. So that's gonna be amazing. It's from a big novel, a big book that's going to be on film. So that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, no. So that's going to be an ongoing series, is it?
Yes.
Hopefully more than 8 episodes.
Hopefully, yes.
That sounds fabulous. Yeah. So, how you found being in the UK? Have you enjoyed? We've been polite, which is the most important.
Oh my God, I love it. Yeah. I love the UK, and I love London, and I can't get enough, and I want to come here all the time, and I don't ever want to leave. So I'm so excited, and I'm going to see The Lion King tomorrow.
Oh, very nice.
And I'm going to go to market, and I don't want to leave. I love it.
Have you seen Wicked yet?
Yes, of
Well,
course.
well, I
I've
thought
seen.
with witches and stuff it might.
Are you crazy? I know all the lyrics of Wicked. Yes, I've seen it.
Oh, fabulous.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
The
I
witches.
don't live in London. I come from further down south, and I
Okay.
try and make an effort to come here at least 2 or 3 times a month because
Yeah.
it's you can't get enough of just people watching and stuff like that.
Right. You know, the other day I was in London and I was almost about to walk, across the street without looking because
Yeah.
I'm not used to which way the cars are going. That's confusing to me. So I was just about to walk out in front of a car and there was this lovely British lady that stopped me and she was like, "Oh, honey, don't die. It's not worth it." And I was like, "Oh, you guys are so sweet."
Yeah. The other thing in London you've got to keep your eye out for on cyclists.
Yeah.
Because they aim for pedestrians. They
They
you hear
do.
a bell and 2 seconds later they just whiz by.
They're just right there. I'm a cyclist in Copenhagen now.
Well, but over in London, I don't think they cater for cyclists. If you go to Berlin, where there's like lanes and lanes and lanes, I don't know what it's.
Yeah.
Everyone's equal rather than here.
Right.
It's sort of like whoever shouts the loudest is fine, But,
Oh, yeah.
So how long are you in London for? Are you just here for the promotion of Heartless?
Yeah, but I asked the producer if I could go home on Sunday instead. All the other guys are going home tomorrow, and they're like, "Yeah, okay." So I'm staying, and I'm here. Are you kidding? I'm not going home.
You're not you're enjoying the weather, or is this normal for
Oh, yeah, that's
rain,
normal.
wind, cold?
Yeah, I'm used to that, so that's no problem. But, yeah.
Cool. That's fabulous. So, is there anything you learned from making Heartless as either as an actress or as a person? Is it kind of giving you any insight?
A lot, yes. I've learned so much from doing it. Also because our brilliant directors. But, I think one thing that I learned is really to take in what's happening. Because in this show, I get so much crazy stuff thrown in my head all the time. I'm like, okay, so my dad killed my mom and I had to choose between the love of my life and my family, my sisters that I love. So, I was doing a scene where I'm coming into Sophie's room and I'm telling her, like, yeah, you're right, my dad killed my mom.
Yeah.
And we did it a couple of times, like it was written, and then the director, he's like, can I talk to you? And then we take a walk, and he's like, just think about what you're saying to her. You're telling her, yes, my dad killed my mom. Just imagine that.
Yeah.
And then we did the scene again. I just started sobbing, like crying, because it was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I've been through a lot in
Yeah.
that show.
I think your character probably has one of the more kind of emotional roller coasters because at the start of it, you're just one of the untouchable daughters of sort of it's only when you get the connection with Sophie that you kind of get your life changes. I mean, do you think your powers your character's powers came into being because of your connection with Sophie, or is that?
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. That's a good take on it. I haven't thought about that, but you're completely right. Yes.
It's sort of
I think so too.
Almost as if they're they are two pieces of the same same part.
I think Emily has a lot to give and a lot in here, and then I think she's taking it on her dad and her sisters, and her sister are annoying, and then she meets Sophie, and then I think it all just sort of like
Yeah,
and
the fact that you become more powerful the angry you get with her as well. I blitzed the show, and I recommend anyone does it as well, because it's every episode kind of ends. You go, oh no, I have to have another episode.
That's amazing to hear.
Yeah, but no, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
I really liked Heartless. Far less on the nose as Twilight or Buffy. It's a subtle mix of fantasy and drama, using supernatural powers these characters possess as a metaphor for what is going inside their heads and hearts. Sophie and her brother aren't really vampires, but they seem to be humans that need to be loved, and their emptiness in them needs to be filled by taking the energy from others. It's quite adult, but any naughtiness is kept tasteful, opting for the less is more approach. The cast are all beautiful people and very relatable as they deal with the woes and the issues from their ancestors. It's probably suited to fans of being human and or the more kind of grounded fantasy shows, especially and all the other Nordic noir shows, because it looks fantastic as well. You can catch all 8 episodes are currently made of Heartless on all 4 as part of Water Presents. Okay, so that's it for this week. Sorry it's a little bit longer than normal, but I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe and share if you enjoyed the vid. If you didn't, please like and share it anyway, because it's nice to be nice. You can follow me on Twitter at MySoCalledBrain. Like my So-Called Brain's Facebook page, and all my other random ramblings can be found on my blog. Our link should be below for you to look at. Again, thanks for watching, and until next time, laters.